good, brother.
Sweet, alright, cool. Let me just get these questions, yeah? What is going on, everybody? As you can see, I'm on Skype right now, and I'm starting a new series where I'm doing interviews with people I know in the esports scene. And today, I've got none other than the homie Dylan MadCat. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing, man. Chilling. How you been?
I'm good, man. Just chilling, getting the grind, trying to practice for Anaheim.
Yeah. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like it and leave a comment, and of course, to hit the sub button. Yeah, basically, I'm going to run through some questions with Dylan. We're going to go over some stuff that's happened recently, and then stuff that's going on at the moment, and anything that might be going on in the future. So, if you're ready, should we jump right in?
Yeah, let's go.
Sweet. Alright, so do you want to give us like a brief recap on COD Champs when you were still on TCM? Like, how did that go? And just a little brief rundown of that period.
So as you know, we won the European Regionals. You was there, Pala.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sweep of an event. We lost one map to Epsilon, which was a blitz. And then everything was good. We went to the Envy House prior to COD Champs. I mean, we played quite good there.
Yeah, I heard the scrims were really close, and you came out on top quite a few times. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were good games. They showed us a couple of things. We showed them a couple of things, and we were pretty confident going to the event. So we had our first game against Xfinity.
That was Mud Dog's team at the time.
Yeah,
right?
we pretty much we didn't get swept, but other than 2 maps, the other ones were like pretty easy for them. I mean, we were pissed off we didn't win the groups, but it is what it is. You move on to the tournament. There's money on the line. You can't just forget about that. So then we went to the bracket. First game was, who was our first? Cole. How can I forget? And we got swept. We got fucking swept. But it is what it is. They're supposed to win the event. Can't be mad. Move on. Losers bracket going. So then we played. I believe we played. We played the Canadian team.
Yeah, was it Nex's team?
Yeah.
It was like that little kind of pickup team that you had going on. Yeah. So
we played them, 3-0 them, pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then, did we play another game? Did we win another game after that?
I'm not sure. All I know at one point is that you fell off stage.
You edited the video, of course, you know.
Had to draw that in there, man.
But that was like. For all of you to just know, that there was a hole in the stage.
There was literally, if you look at the video, you can see that the set design's really weird, and there's like this hole to the side, and it was like, what was worse, it was like obscured by smoke, so like you couldn't really see where you were going.
And I had glasses on which made the whole thing dark, so I couldn't see where I was going. I was like, I dropped those, like, oh my god. But alright, moving on from that. Yeah. For terrible 10 seconds of my life. Anyway, so we played Ryzen and went to the last map. Yeah. First round, banging 1v2 that I got. Second round, swept them. And then from then on, we choked. We lost all composure. But what can you do? But after the event, I felt like...
Yeah, I remember after the event you were considering like stopping playing for a while, or if not altogether.
Yeah, I mean, like waiting 3 years for a COD Champs and not even get a penny from it was a bit shit, but it is what it is. But obviously at that time there was conflictions going on within the team. You don't come 12 for COD Champs and then everyone's happy with it. Everyone's gonna be pissed off. Anyone who didn't place top 8 will obviously be changing. And obviously I ended up with a bad end of the stick for multiple reasons. Yeah. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I could have stayed on the team if I wanted to. Like, I didn't get dropped. I could have stayed on the team. I had the choice, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. So after that, then obviously you were not sure exactly what you wanted to do next, and then what ended up happening was that you went into free agency. You ended up being a free agent, and then eventually you ended up being picked up by TK for Niagara, which was like a month ago now, or something like a month and a half, 2 months. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yes, how did that come about? Like, because obviously it's quite a big thing for an EU player to go over to the US, even just to pick up for a player who's not available for the time. Like, how did that come about?
Pretty much, well, they tweeted they needed a player, and obviously
you slid into the DMs.
I slid inside. So pretty much, I slid inside the DMs. Yeah. And just said, like, I'm available if you guys need me, and they said, yeah, like, we'll get you on board. And pretty much what happened from there.
How did you fit in with the team? Was it because you guys did pretty well at the competition, if I'm not mistaken?
I mean, we played like one best of 5 before the tournament, so we was always gonna have like a weak game mode or weak map.
Yeah.
So we went to the tournament. We played FaZe Black first.
I remember you had like an insane first game, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we swept them the first map. Second map we got swept. Blitz was 1 point, and then the domination strike zone was like 2-3 points into it.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty much close game. Could have went either way. But our weak game over at the event was S&D, mainly because I didn't know how they played.
Yeah, it's obviously very like strat dependent, right?
I was feeling in for a player who really gets into a team's base and pushes their defense line, which for me at the time, like I was used to AR and just coming from like TCM, who I was main AR, and they just wanted to be like all-out aggressive player. So pretty much it was kind of hard for me to fill in that role.
Yeah.
Over time, I got into it after a couple of games, but I mean, like especially in S&D, I was like pretty much lost, to say the least. Like I was pretty much playing at the back of the map. So
yeah, when you're playing a game mode like S&D, there's no respawns or anything. You're playing with people that you don't know exactly how they play. So obviously you feel a bit more uncomfortable, right? Because you don't know exactly what they're going to be doing and how you should play around them, etc.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Like, it was a bad feeling like on the S&D. The demos were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we won most of our dominations. Blitz was kind of like the same. But we had a good, like, we went to losers bracket. We played like an AM team. Then we played Royce, who beat me at COD Champs. We beat them, and then who did we play after that? We played FaZe Red, who beat TCM, Epsilon at Champs, and we 3-1 them. I mean, I think I went ham on the domination.
Yeah.
Let's play overtime, and I think I dropped 40s in both sides of it. So that was a pretty much good game for me. And then we played against Object Nation.
Yeah.
I think we played against Object Nation, and we went to the last map. We lost both S&Ds, which is a bit shit.
They're a really strong S&D squad, though. So.
Yeah, like that was a strong S&D team.
Yeah.
We wasn't the best S&D team at the event, so. I mean, they pretty much won both S&Ds, which pretty much put us out of the tournament. Yeah.
And what position did you end up finishing in?
It was top 8.
Top 8, yeah. I think you got 6th or something. I'm not exactly sure.
I can't remember.
I'm not sure, but obviously that, like I said before, you went over to the US. Did it give you like a taste? Did it give you more of a motivation to try and see what opportunities there were over there in the US? Because I know there was talk at the time that you might have been joining Curse and things like that.
Yeah, like it was Curse Fire.
Yeah.
I was supposed to join them and move out and shit, but MRG denied the transfer and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware it was MRG that denied it.
And then they took away their spot because only one org could only have 2 teams.
I remember that
in the season. So that was a pretty shit situation, but yeah.
Yeah, and so then again you went back into free agency, and I think I-51 went by, which was a funny event for everyone, and after that you ended up getting onto Infused, right?
Yeah, I joined Infused. I'm gonna join them. I thought I'd give them guys a chance. I like that JT. JT is a good guy. He's a sick player as well. So I wanted to have a good play with him, see how good he is. But like, it just was never gonna work out. Like, it was like there was like players trying to impress me and shit like that. So, and it was just causing conflict in the team. And I just thought I was like putting too much, like I wasn't putting pressure on them, but my presence was just putting too much pressure on like some of them.
So yeah, the chemistry wasn't really there. You didn't fit exactly into the mold of the team.
Yeah, and then at the time I just wanted to play for an American team. I was speaking to a couple of them at the time, and pretty much I ended up joining eLv.
Yeah, and so that's like the meat of what I want to talk about now, which I think a lot of people want to know, like how that's happened and like how that's come around. And so eLv, the squad is right. If I'm right, it's you, Nifty, Gucci, and
Chino.
That's it. And so this is like a relatively new squad. All of these players are all established. Of course, Gucci was on Justice back at Columbus time, then he stopped, took a break, something like that. Chino's been on multiple good teams. Nifty, of course, saw a big rise in popularity last year when he was at one of the UMG events. He made a big play on Capture the Flag. He was spotted by Paul, Ego, and Ego. And so the whole team is a strong, and of course MadCat, we all know his reputation. It's a very strong team. So but going to the start, like, what happened? Who contacted who? How did it all first start?
Well, pretty much they tweeted out they needed one. I was like, that might be a good opportunity for me. It's an American team. They're going to be really good. I know Gucci and Nifty from previous events. I've played against them.
You played against Nifty and Gucci at Columbus, yeah.
No. It wasn't Gucci.
Did you not?
Gucci played against Epsilon.
No,
TCM.
Yeah.
I was Epsilon.
Yeah.
And we played Nifty round one into bracket and we beat them.
Yeah.
And pretty much he's a good player. So I was like, and then they spoke to the management, and the management was cool with it. So that's pretty much how that happened, or that move. So.
Yeah. And so, were there any doubts at the time? Because obviously, when you went over to TK, you were just picking up for them for one event, but you know, becoming like a full part of Elevate means that you're going to have to be scrimming, you're going to have to be putting in game time with them. And the big issue there, obviously, firstly, is connection. Like, did that ever cross anyone's mind that it might be an issue?
I mean, they asked me for if it was going to be a struggle for me to play online. And I think as long as the connection's on the East Coast, I can pretty much play just as good as
I think your mic's rubbing on something, by the way, too.
Oh.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
I mean, if it's like I said to them guys, like if it's on East Coast connection, I'm pretty much gonna be cool. It's not gonna be as good as a home internet, but it'd be good enough for me to play on it and play decently well.
Okay, and so other than connection, also the time difference. Like, did that ever come up as something that they were worried about, or you might yourself not be? Obviously, you're living on British time, but. Was that something that they factored in as well? They
asked me what the time schedule would be.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much down. I'm up most nights anyway, so
yeah,
I'll be up anyway. So
sweet. And so so far, how's it been playing with him, scrimming? Because again, I don't think everyone's aware, myself included, exactly how much you guys how often are you guys playing together at the moment?
I mean, like, it's a bit weird sometimes because some nights I'm not on, sometimes Gucci's not on.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of hit and miss sometimes, but we've played it quite a few times. The scrims have gone good, to be honest. I think we've only had like a challenge of like one team.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. But
I mean, like, who is it that you've been scrimming against?
I mean, because it's on the 360, the AM bracket. We're only going to play teams that are in the AM bracket.
Yeah, and that's Dylan's referring to MLG Anaheim that's coming up, because Elevator in the open bracket there, and that's on 360.
Yeah, so pretty much we're only playing teams that are going to be in open bracket. So you've got teams like Wild, I think they're split up now.
Yeah.
Orbit, Voice playing the 360. Well, Optic Nation are actually in the open bracket.
Yeah.
But they're not playing on the 360 because they've got X Games.
Yeah, X Games.
Yeah. So pretty much you just play amateur teams, and they're still good. They're still good teams. Still give a good challenge and stuff like that. So
yeah, and so far you're giving them all a very good run for their money, and you're playing on like a huge disadvantage because of the ping and your connection. So I would imagine that you're going to do pretty well at the competition. Like, are you looking forward to competing live with them at Anaheim alongside all of them?
Yeah, I mean, last year Anaheim was probably the best event I've been to. So it'll be a good event. Like they're all good guys. There's no bad tension between anyone in the team. Everyone's chilled. Everyone's just cool and just calm and collective and just wants to win the event. Yeah,
Nifty's a cool kid. Like I speak to him regularly on Twitter. He's a good guy, and so I think that's good. You know, balance out some of the MadCat craziness. It'll be good to see how everything goes at Anaheim. Something else, you know, going forward, do you think more EU players might look at your example and try to get picked up by US teams? I know there's been talk about in the past happening on like a more wide scale with some of our best players like Swanee, etc. Like, do you think people might look into this more, especially as esports grows, and especially the COD scene?
I mean, hopefully. At the moment, the EU scene's a bit dead. There's only like 3 teams at the moment that are currently playing for top 3. There's no one else that's pushing that. So, and the fan base is pretty dead at the moment. We haven't got as many fans as America has. So, hopefully, I mean, going out there and just like to play is obviously a big opportunity. Also, it's a big commitment as well. So, if anyone was to do it, it's someone like that deserves it. And if they do, it'd have to be in a team also. You're looking at teams like MV, Optic, Curse. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, and so I think it'd be interesting to see that in the future. I think it's very much a stronger possibility as time goes on, and that's of course if the growth in Call of Duty continues, which I hope it does. Ghost, there's been a bit of a lull. I think everyone knows that, just because the game I don't think suits competitive settings as well, and the support hasn't quite been there. Do you think in the future we might see Call of Duty blow up even more? Or do you think, like, Advanced Warfare, thoughts on that going forward with esports in general? What do you think?
I think we all know Black Ops 2, took it.
Yeah.
1 order. They took it, they blew out the roof.
Yeah.
And to see us going back in time is a bit depressing.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes you got to take a step back to go 3 steps forward.
Yeah.
So hopefully Sledgehammer have listened. I mean, I've seen a couple of things like they're looking at questions on Reddit to players and even fans. They're just looking at what people want and what people need for the esports to grow.
Yeah,
and
that's always positive when the developers are interested in esports. So
I mean, yeah, like look how long it took to get 2 servers of Dama.
Yeah.
Like League Play wasn't even implemented. Like League Play was so big on Black Ops 2. Why would you not have it at the start of this game? Like, you implemented so late. But yeah, the support hasn't been great for this game. I mean, COD Champs, they haven't really looked into competitive as much. But obviously X Games is a big thing.
Yeah.
X Games massive. That'll be a good watch next weekend. See how many views it brings in. That'll be on ESPN, is it?
Something like that. I'm sure many people find a way to watch it, if you know what I mean. But I guess final question then, Dylan. What's next after Anaheim? Like, what do you see yourself doing? What going forward after that?
I mean, Anaheim. If we get top 4, we get season 3. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen there because I mean I have to be in America to play in season 3. I don't know what the arrangements are at the moment. Okay, so if you're in the Pro League for MLG, you as a player have to be a resident of the US. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work down. If I'm going to be like released or whatnot is a different question. But we'll just see what happens. Take a situation when it comes and just deal with it. Yeah. Either way, I think it's a pretty cool move, joining eLv, and you're, I think, like truly like the first EU player who's kind of on a proper US roster. That's, I mean, am I wrong about that, or? I think you're right, yeah. Yeah, and so that's a pretty big achievement already, and I would only assume if things go well with the team and Call of Duty keeps growing, that this will happen more, and I don't know, you might find yourself on a different roster at some point, or eLv might grow even further with you on it. Again, only time will tell, so. Yeah, that's about it for now. Those are all my questions. If you have anything you want to say, don't forget to leave a comment below. Dylan, you've got any final words to anyone, or I'll put your Twitter in the description. Your Twitter is in the description, or anything, your stream, things like that you want to shout out? Shout out to Pala. One order. Obviously you can find me. I stream most days on twitch.tv/MadCatEU. Yeah. My Twitter is MadCat_eLv. But yeah, shout out to Pala, one other crew. So shout out to everyone that supports me and what I do. So yeah, sweet. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching. If you would like to see more videos like this, just let me know, because I'm sure quite a few people that you'd want to hear from would be up for doing it.
And thank you very much to Dylan for being my first person on it. Go check out his Twitter, all of his social media, his streams. That's about it. Peace.